This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, we're joining up with Lamore and JJ Kolesar as these two longtime hunting partners gear up for yet another season. Then we're jumping right into first shotgun season as JJ takes a shot at bringing home an Illinois whitetail.
We call that guy Old 8, right there.
Hey DeerCasters, what's going on? We are finally out on the property, end of May, walking our clover plot, and it looks great. I'm walking it, I'm going back and forth in a grid so that we kick up any fawns that might be bedded in here, especially around where a tree shade meets the clover. But we don't want to do any undue harm to the deer population, just because, look right here, you can see this bed.
New year, new season, and new work to do. If we've learned anything over the years, we've kind of fundamentally put this into two areas, that is beans and clover, and we've got to plant them sometime between April, May, June, somewhere in that vicinity.
We were excited because we had hoped we were going to have a few familiar faces show back up. Well, if that's the case, you know you got to back up come spring and summertime and get your homework done.
Okay, here we are at food plot 2. We just came from clover, now we are on beans. This is going to be a bean plot. We've got about 2 acres, maybe 2.5 acres that we're doing. I'm going to get a soil sample here for the soil lab as well. Kyle's going to bush hog it, and then he's going to flip the dirt, and we'll see where we're at.
So this is a farm that truly, we don't have a whole lot of movement on. And what I mean by movement is we can't really get to where the deer are living. The deer, for the most part, are all to the north of us. There is a several hundred acre huge farm to the north that we can't touch. It's off limits, it's the neighbors.
We struggle when we food plot trying to get a deer daylighting in October. It just has not worked out for us in the past. So when we plant, we try to get standing beans for late season and clover to kind of feed them forward, if you will.
It is September 24th, and we are out here doing our final chapter of food plotting. You can see Kyle in the background behind me. We couldn't plant until now because the farmer that we leased this from is an avid dove hunter, and he had this in sunflowers. We're gonna throw a menagerie of biologic seed in here, and hopefully we can kind of feed them forward into this corn that's right here. So where they wanna be is in that destination bean field that you see over my shoulder. We're hoping we can get a shooter in that field and we can suck them into that setup. The question is, will the deer cooperate?
This strategy has worked great for us for the last few years. The first year we did it, had an absolute stud of a 10-pointer come out the second to last day of season, and I smoked him with the crossbow.
And about a year or two ago, I killed a great deer off the same theory of having food in the right place at the right time. With that said, it's getting close. Once that weather changes, hopefully we can start pushing in and getting on some of these mature bucks that we're getting on cameras.
October 9th, evening, and we are going to get a ½ inch of rain tomorrow, which will be the first rain we've had in about a month. This spot right behind me is the same spot I came to you from about 3 weeks ago. First week in November, we really look forward to being here. We'll be sitting right back here, and hopefully we'll have deer like that one out there.
The only thing you can do is keep checking those trail cameras. You're hoping your targets are around.
We've done all the preseason work. We're starting to get that weather change. Cameras are clicking, and I can't wait to see what deer season holds for us.
Well, now we are opening day, Illinois shotgun season. It's a day as a kid that I just couldn't wait to arise.
Archery season hasn't been the most successful. We've had some encounters, but really have not put anything on the ground, and the encounters were quick at best. The good news is gun season in Illinois has been very good to us.
This morning we get up and it is cold. I mean cold, cold. So that kind of changes our plans a little bit. We are going to our one and only muddy box blind just so we can stay warm, and we're gonna hunt on a food source, something we usually don't do in the morning.
There's a lot of pressure happening around us, and at any moment in time, one of those target deer might show up.
Okay, we've transitioned over to afternoon. We are in the same spot, largely because we had a doe that we felt was on the verge of coming into estrus. We're hoping maybe another buck picks her up. We've got a lot of good things going for us here. The one red flag is that we don't have a consistent mature deer, consistent shooter in here. What we do have going for us is it's a cut cornfield. We've got standing beans, we've got clover plot. We're hoping that they are wanting to be here, at least the does, and that whatever does remain, those bucks are with them. That's a good deer. I think that's that 10-pointer that our neighbor had. So we're sitting tight. We're getting a little impatient here because we've got a really, really good 10-pointer in here. I would say mid-30s 10, but we feel like he's 3-year-old. And for a deer to get to 3, 4, and 5 years old around here is just whoa.
Time's going by. Out in the far corner of the field, we see a very good 10-point deer. We know him all too well, so we don't necessarily need him to come to us. We just hope that he can survive. About the time the 10-pointer stepped out in the corner and I've got glass on him, Kyle taps me on the shoulder and says, JJ, shooter right behind us.
Dude, look at his snout. That said he's young.
Okay.
Well, but I don't know that.
Wouldn't you know it, it's the buck that we had on camera last night. Not in an ideal spot. Matter of fact, he's on the dead opposite side I'm set up. And I was just hoping that he would stay put and give me that shot that I needed.
Okay, I got a window open now. Okay. Yeah, just prop yours up. See if you can let him turn though. Are you on him? Yeah, I'm great. I'm good. You just tell me when. All right, ready? Yep. You smoke. You freaking smoke.
We call that guy Old 8 right there. That is Old 8. He's a 4-year-old 8-pointer, and he ain't the biggest deer in the herd. But he showed back up on camera last night. We thought he was 3 or 4 last year, so we know he's an old deer. But
You cranked him.
he's down, should be down right there. So I guess we were trusting our summer work in this situation because we actually had no MRI, although that deer I just shot showed up last night, middle of the night, right across our clover food plot up here. Ooh, it's still cold, but baby, thank you, Muddy Blind. Man, we got away with a ton.
Murder.
Ooh, shot looked good though,
Shot
right?
was great.
Okay.
Shot's great.
Okay.
White belly, baby. White belly. Gotta love that partition gold. See it in there. That is a wide old belly.
Nothing wrong with that guy.
Right there. Well, it has been a long time coming, but we finally made it happen in that first gun season of Illinois. It's November 18th, and it is the first evening, and we finally caught up with one of our mature deer. This morning it was bitter cold for Illinois gun season. It's as cold as I can remember. We crawled in tonight, and finally, after a lot of young deer had passed by, that doe popped out, or another doe, we're not sure, and this old boy was behind her. We called him Old Kicker 8 because that kicker right there, he is an old warrior. We think he's 4 or 5 years old. We know he's not the highest scoring deer in the woods, but we don't have a lot of those. So right now we're trying to shoot 4 and 5 year old deer. He's one of them, and I couldn't be happier. This old slug gunner is happy again. We got the Winchester partition gold combination, and I'm telling you, it's an unbelievable. It is our favorite slug, and I love Illinois gun again.
Winchester USA Ready Defense is a select grade of personal defense ammunition that offers a unique combination of stopping power, penetration, and reliable expansion. The innovative hex vent rigid insert shields the hollow point by channeling soft material for positive expansion and energy transfer. built with match-grade primers for trusted reliability. Be ready when you need it most with USA Ready Defense.
Welcome back to Winchester and Drury's Natural Born. Before the break, JJ was able to make it happen on a fantastic buck.
Ooh, it's still cold, baby. Thank you, Muddy Blind. Man, we got away with a ton.
Murder.
Ooh, shot looked good though.
Shot's great.
Okay.
Shot's great.
Now it's the next day and JJ's stepping behind the camera to give Kyle a turn at finding a buck for himself. Let's see if they can double up on their luck on another Illinois whitetail.
I don't even know what I got. Not much.
We are headed to chase the elusive stick 9 buck. We should have killed him this morning, but we got a little bit lazy. It's because my sidekick killed a freaking stud last night, so when you kill one that night, you're not quite as motivated to go sit in the tree when it's 8 degrees the next morning. But Illinois gun season's quick, it's 3 days, so you probably should stay out there and pound it. We hit it hard yesterday. We sat most of the day and had some really good hunts, and Kolesar killed the best deer we had. So anyway, today we're switching gears, switching farms. We're going to our lease, which has been tough this year. Hasn't treated us real well, but there is the candidate there, and he was daylight there this morning. So fingers are crossed. We're gonna push into the timber. Something we usually don't do on evenings, but we're gonna push to the timber because I feel like he's got a doe and he's locked down with her. You could bump him, but you also could get in his bedroom and kill him in an hour. That's kind of our goal. Weather's on our side. It's a little windy, but hopefully that covers us getting in. Well, as that time kept ticking, we can see glimpses of them, and there's a few bucks and there's a few does here and there, but nobody's in tight. And I'm even thinking in the back of my head, man, Kyle, this was a dumb decision. Why did you want to hunt the timber in the evening? Like, we know almost always we're on a field edge, but we had MRI that told us he was right in there this morning. How far did he go in those last 5 or 6 hours? I don't know.
We got about a half-hour daylight left, and we had a really good hunt. It could have been an outstanding hunter, but a little bit of time left, and we got tomorrow morning, so fingers crossed that doe works her way back.
It kind of looks like this hunt's going to be a bust. Kolesar's putting the camera away, and I'm literally getting the pull-up rope ready to let the gun go down. Kolesar says, "Don't move. He's coming right at us." Good news, stick 9 is on his way. The bad news, we have merely seconds, and he's going to be in our grill fast.
He's pretty good. And he's done. He's down.
Barely got him.
Did you really?
Yes, I had to switch over the gain.
Oh, shoot.
Well, the good news is, I think Kyle just made a great shot on our target buck that we had MRI on. The bad news is the cameraman didn't do a great job of getting on that deer.
I don't even know what I got. Not much, I can tell you that.
We felt we heard this buck crash, and I feel like there's gonna be a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow in this one.
Well, another tag in Illinois has been punched, baby. A little trigger happy. I thought my cameraman was like, yeah. I don't think he even said anything other than he was fighting the iris, he was fighting the gain. It's like the last 7 minutes of shooting light.
We got down, started doing a little bit of tracking, probably 60, 70 yards later. There he lay, stick 9 on the ground. Illinois tag number 1 shotgun has been punched for this guy.
That's him, buddy. Yes, it is. That is him.
Not only did we kill 1, but we killed 2. Kolesar killed a gray deer yesterday. I was fortunate the day later to kill 1.
We brought them both out the next day. We showed them off in the light. When you're hunting with a partner, it makes it so much more rewarding.
Illinois gun season is back. That's about all I can say. We have been struggling with the Illinois first gun season. Second gun season's been very good to us over the years, but first has been a struggle. But that changed these last couple days. Both evening hunts, the one common factor between this deer on Friday night and that deer on Saturday was that they both had estrus does in front of them.
And a hot doe is all it takes. This is a deer we call stick 9. He was locked on with the doe the day before on camera. The last deer of the night was this old boy walking down the logging road. Down he went, and 2 tags have been punched in Illinois first shotgun season, the first time in a long time.
Awesome.
DeerCast Wind Check keeps you ahead of your game with detailed hourly wind info out to 5 days in advance. Prep, predict, and pursue with DeerCast.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of DoD TV was brought to you by Sportsman's Channel, your home for everything red, wild, and blue.